Since 1968, Maggie Motors has been the place to find new and certified used vehicles. Along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff, you, the customer, are their number one priority. Find new roads at Maggie Motors in Lake City. Maggie Ragaller with the AWV girls basketball team joining us here tonight after they fell earlier tonight against Ridgeview. Her and I were just talking, though, here during the break. And Maggie, you and the girls have been playing really well here since the holiday break. I know tonight didn't go the way you wanted it to. You kind of pointed out some things that you think kind of happens with this team. And not just tonight, it's been kind of the story of the season a little bit.
Yeah, well, we get on a run, and, it's usually we come out really hot in the second half. Smitty kind of gets on our butt a little bit in the locker rooms, but it's like we wait until the second half to finally show up to the game sometimes. But, yeah, we just kind of fall flat a little bit coming out of the games, and that kind of puts us in a pretty big hole that's kind of hard to come back from.
Fell down 9-0 tonight, but cut it to 9-5 still in the first quarter. What started going right offensively when you guys scored 5 straight?
I think when we try to drive more and get into the post and kick it out to the corners, Delaney and Jamie are really good once they get it kicked out to them from the post, that they can just drain some threes.
What'd you see from the Raptors defensively tonight? I thought you guys were able to get some dribble penetration. So what did you see? How did you attack it?
Yeah, well, it was kind of hard because a lot of them had really long arms, so you kind of had to go around them. So it's hard to get it into the post, but you kind of just had to bounce past it and get around or try to drive rather than just straight regular passes.
You guys were trying to set Cora up a lot at the free throw line in the first half. Looked like in the second half you moved her down to the block. What adjustments did you guys make?
Yeah, well, they were playing kind of off of her so you could get it to her, but then the second that you would get it to her, they would just corral on her, and it was hard for her to find a kick out because everybody was on top of her. So we tried to move her down to the post to see if we could get some more shots off of from there.
Been able to win quite a few games here the second half of the season. What's been going right for this team here that you guys have been playing a lot better here in the second half of the year?
Well, Smitty's been giving us more free range to do whatever, which is really nice because Delaney usually stays around the three-point line. I kind of like to drive. Cora and Samantha do the work in the post, and then Jamie kind of just follows through wherever she can fill in.
Woodbine tomorrow night. They got beat by Coon here the other night,
Yeah.
So beatable ball club. What do you got to do to go get a win?
I think we just need to come out really strong tomorrow, which is senior night, so that'll be good for us to come out hot.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk to Coach Smith here in a second. You said that he kind of gets on you at halftime. I'll tell him tomorrow night to get on you before the game and see if that helps out. How's that?
Yeah.
Maggie Ragaller, appreciate you joining us here. Best luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Maggie Ragaller joining us. We're going to get head coach Jeremy Smith working his way over here, and we'll get some thoughts from Coach coming up here in the post game, as well as, again, the AWV girls falling earlier tonight to Ridgeview 59-33. And coaches always appreciate the time. I know probably disappointing here tonight. As usual, I think you saw some flashes. It's just keeping those flashes going for longer periods of time.
Boy, you hit the nail on the head. Yes, that's exactly it. It's, like I said, if you take the first probably 2 minutes of the second half, give me that all night long.
Yep.
And we'll take that and we'll run with it. Problem is, and I think you kind of see it here in the boys too. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like we were flat, and it seems like the boys were too. It's just like we're about a half hour late to start our game, and that's kind of the same thing we had tonight. But and the problem with ours, is if we get down, it's a struggle for us to get back in it. I mean, we just struggle to score sometimes. So it's good to see that in the second half where you got a little run there. And at times you just got to know sometimes it's maybe a little too late, and I think that's kind of the case tonight. I think if we would have came out with that energy early, probably a little bit different game.
I thought the Raptors' length gave you guys a little bit of trouble tonight, especially with number 23. I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. Stillwater. But Stillwater, but just really good length up at the top of that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, and the thing is she's been playing since she's a freshman. We know her. We've seen her. We knew she's going to be a handful offensively and defensively. And, the thing is we faced some really good teams as far as a 1-3-1 or even a press. Their length was good, but I don't think as far as energy-wise they were any harder than the things that we've seen earlier in the year. So, that's kind of something we addressed after the game. So now we're going to turn around and play Woodbine, and it's just like sometimes you can't speed yourself up into something that's not there, and I think we did that.
Yep.
And I think we did that even in a half-court set against their 2-3. We came down there. I think we could have dribbled a little bit closer to our wing player and got an easier pass, and we just tried to throw it. And like you said, their length causes problems, and if they get a hand on it, disrupts. It's Delaney trying to get an open shot there in the wing. So yeah, I mean that's like I said, nothing we weren't aware of when she got here, but it's one of those things where she still does what she does.
You got shots tonight. I said it in the pregame. When this team shoots the ball well, you're good enough to give yourself a chance.
Yep.
But when you struggle to shoot, it's tough. And tonight was one of those nights the shots didn't fall. I thought you got some good looks at times.
Yep.
Just didn't get them to fall all the time.
Yep. And I agree. I think, and I even told the girls that basketball's a simple game. Let's just keep it simple. The thing is you make shots and things look great. I mean, you run a play and you make a shot out of it, you look like you're a genius. And you can run 100 plays, and if you don't make a shot, it doesn't look like you know what you're doing. But and it's going to be the same way for us moving forward. We're going to have to hit shots to be competitive, and I mean, there's no secrets left anymore, and the girls know it too. And the thing is can we ride those out? And the honest truth is, no, we can't ride out long droughts because we just can't. We can't do it where we go minutes on end without scoring if we want to have a chance. That's just the truth of it. So.
Well, coaches, always appreciate you joining us here. Best of luck with Woodbine coming up tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Head coach Jeremy Smith again with the Arweva girls.